Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intro.
Now, let me ask you guys this in the chat, speaking of the Atlanta Hawks, because we need the Atlanta Hawks. I thought the Heat stood a better chance at taking a couple of games from the Boston Celtics, but boy, was I wrong. We need the Atlanta Hawks. In the chat, what are the chances the Atlanta Hawks, I'm not going to say beat the Boston Celtics in a 7-game series. That would be insane. What are the chances the Atlanta Hawks win one game against the Boston Celtics in the first round? What are the chances the Atlanta Hawks win a single game? Ron says 50%. Kopik with a 25%. NZ for 3. What's up, my guy? 35%. What about YouTube chat? Where's the YouTube chat? A little bit slow over there on the YouTube chat. Ferris Jandali, 20%. Lou Figs, their first home game, 60%. Because we kind of know, unless there's an epic implosion on the Philadelphia 76ers side of things, we kind of know we are going to face the Boston Celtics in the second round. To have the best chance against the Boston Celtics in the second round, first of all, the Philadelphia 76ers have to sweep the Brooklyn Nets, get them up out of here as fast as possible, maybe blow them out a couple games, rest Joel, James, and the squad in the fourth quarter. Maybe let my young prodigy, Jaden Springer, take the reins for a couple of fourth quarters in that series. If you build a big enough lead, that's a perfect best-case scenario. That's what I'm saying. You also, if you can do that, if you can take care of the Brooklyn Nets in the first round in 4 games, and somehow, some way, the Atlanta Hawks steal 2 from the Boston Celtics, then it goes to 6. If you get 4 games in the Brooklyn series and you rest Joel and James in a couple of the fourth quarters, best case scenario, I'm not saying that's going to happen at all. Best case scenario, you get that in 4 games, you get the rest of your guys a couple of fourth quarters in some blowouts, and the Atlanta Hawks manage to somehow push the Boston Celtics to 6 games, I would feel a lot better about the Sixers versus the Boston Celtics in the second round. Can Atlanta do that realistically? No, not at all. This is a team that just lost fully healthy to the Philadelphia 76ers deep bench. I'm talking Jaden Springer, Lewis King, Mac McClung, who some people still think is an NBA player. I love how you guys overrate guys that you're fans of. You can be a fan of a player and still say, I don't want to go on a Mac McClung rant, but this annoyed me when I talked about Mac McClung the other day. I said he's too small. And some people in the comments had the audacity to say the name Allen Iverson in my comments. I didn't even respond. They said, well, Allen Iverson was the best player in the world in high school, son. Come on, bro. Allen Iverson stepped into the league in 96 and averaged 26 points per game. No, not 26 points per game. He had 19 points per game, but his first game as an NBA player, he dropped 26. He crossed over Michael Jordan as a rookie. Who are we talking about? Anyway, I didn't want to go on a little tangent there, the Mac McClung thing. But either way, the Atlanta Hawks just lost to Jaden Springer and Mac McClung. Realistically, the Boston Celtics should sweep the Atlanta Hawks unless they have a stinker game where Jason Tatum goes, 2 for 17, which he's done before. If Jaylen Brown still has an injured hand from cutting himself while watering plants, that's the most fraudulent injury I've ever heard of. My nose is running because the weather keeps breaking. It goes from cold to hot, hot to cold. My allergies can't keep up. But that's the most fraudulent injury I've ever heard of. Here's the 2 most fraudulent injuries I've ever heard of. Ben Simmons' back tightness. Jaylen Brown cutting his hand watering plants. Listen, maybe plants are a hobby of his. Maybe watering plants is something that he enjoys doing. But realistically, if I'm worth millions and millions of dollars, I'm at home after an NBA game feet up, feet in the ice tub. Somebody else is watering my plants, bro. Come on. Maybe you got your mom in the guest house. And, hey, Ma, can you come over and water my plants? You know, I'm just saying. But if Jaylen Brown, maybe he has pain in his shooting hand. Maybe Jason Tatum has a horrible shooting game. Maybe they don't guard Trae Young the best one of these games, and he, goes off for like 30 and 15 assists, and the Hawks steal one, maybe. But if I was a betting man, I would say Celtics in 4, unfortunately. There's another reason you could go Celtics in 5. The NBA hates sweeps. The stats are there. I should have looked it up before I did this show, but the stats are there. The foul calls for a team that's down 0-3 in an NBA playoff series are miles. It's blatantly obvious what the NBA tries to do to avoid sweeps. It is what it is. It's a business. They lose money if they make a lot of money if they get an extra NBA game. But, if the NBA influences one game and the Atlanta Hawks play well and the Celtics play terrible, I could see Atlanta getting one game. But I think realistically it should be a sweep. And, hopefully the Sixers take care of the Brooklyn Nets nice and easy. And both teams are kind of on the same level as far as rest goes, matching up in the second round.